Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I award you no point.
Wow. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hi, and hello. That's right, guys. Henry isn't here. Henry is at work. Neuheisel, he's still in Phoenix with the hot shots, which means it's just me today. It's just Daddy Jack on the podcast. It's just me and you and the traffic on your way into work on this Monday or Tuesday morning, whenever you're listening. You know, a lot of people said, Jack, don't do a podcast by yourself. You'll go crazy. People will really start to see inside your mind. Well, they're stupid. We're going to be doing it anyway. This podcast is going to be a little bit different. One, it's just going to be me. There's nobody talking back to me. There's still going to be no dead air. I can assure you there will be no dead air. It's just going to be me and you. And I'm just going to be telling you exactly how I feel about everything. Another quick change. It's not going to be entertainment related, not movie related. Usually when Henry and I go through this, we go to like Reddit or TMZ or something like that. I'm going to the Drudge Report this time. Okay? So let's just take a quick look at the highlights this week. One, Mark Zuckerberg is calling for tighter internet regulations. I don't want to give it to him. We're going to break that down. Trump cuts aid to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. We're going to get really into that. We're going to spend a good 45 on the Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador aid. Also, if you're watching the YouTube, I'm going to be trying to stare directly into your soul throughout this entire podcast. I'm really excited, but first we have to start off with unions. Why they're ruining this country. Let me tell you a quick story about the Teamsters.
April Fool!
Oh, we got him.
Ya. That was great.
Oh,
We got those idiots.
Those fools. Now Henry's here.
April 1st. I hope you didn't see it coming.
I'll have you know, I had no idea where I was going from the start.
That was great. That was great.
All I knew was that I was going to say hello afterwards. By the way, hi, and hello. That's when we get more mature, and that's like our afternoon.
Yeah.
Time to settle down.
That was great. I told you, we came up with doing this about 2 minutes ago because we realized it was April 1st. And I told you that this is exactly what we did last year, and you did not remember.
Yeah. You said, well, we did it last year.
I did it last year.
Yeah.
I started and was like, it's just going to be me. And I think I probably did it for like 20 seconds. But if you didn't remember, how could the listeners have? So
yeah,
we'll do it again next year.
Actually,
forget by then.
Much more likelihood that the listeners.
I wonder if we lost anybody in
the boy faithful. Oh, I'm guessing
we gained followers.
We
somehow.
Gained people.
Somehow people were like, you got to check out this pod. This guy's going solo dolo.
I'm guessing what happened was there's about 150 people of the people listening. About 150 of them were just like, listen. I'm going to pause right here because this is obviously going to be great. I'm going to share this with all of my friends.
They were saying finally.
Finally. We get that buffoon Henry off, that long-haired hippie.
He's gone.
Off, so we can just dive right into the real issue. Zuckerberg, Henry. He's
I like unions.
I just pulled up the Drudge Report.
Unions is great.
Unions.
Is great.
Teamsters.
April Fools. Who doesn't love a good April Fool's joke? I know Jim Halpert does.
Jim Halpert loves
Every day was April Fool's for Jim Halpert, right?
Honestly, what a dick.
That was one of my, and this, we talk about this every now and then when we're watching The Office, where it's like, God, I just like Jim less and less every time we rewatch The Office, because it's just like, you're kind of a loser, man. You're not kind of, like...
As we get to be like...
And then this isn't even just, once you get to like season 4 or 5 and it's him and Pam, it's like, okay, you guys are the most boring characters.
How old was Jim?
These superheroes.
How old was Jim supposed to be at the start of The Office?
Not that young, I don't think.
Yeah, but like, exactly. So it's like...
High 20s?
When you get to be, as we are approaching Jim Halpert's age, and you realize he's a salesman at a lowly paper salesmanship thing.
Yeah. Shitty paper company.
I thought he was a rock star.
I did too. I was like, this guy's the bee's knees.
Then I realized he's just kind of lazy.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you try a little, man?
Yeah, man.
Maybe try.
Maybe
trying is cool. You know what's not cool?
Yeah.
Coasting into your 30s.
Try a day. Actually giving a shit about something.
Like,
I think you'll like it, James.
I love pranks more than the next guy. They read my engine, but a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I'm not pranking people more because I'm like, I don't care.
Jim could have been in great shape.
He could have been. Oh, he could have been svelte. He rode the bike for an episode.
Maybe learned another language. Although he did learn, he and Pam did learn
Morse code.
Morse code.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
is,
see, that's the perfect example though. Was that worth it,
they
Jack?
say that's the language of kings.
Was that worth it?
No.
Jimmy. I hope other people are pranking other people. I hope that's still a thing we're getting people. I hope we got somebody with that. But let's dive into the pod. We got a little unorthodox of a pod. A lot of stuff to cover, but we're going to kind of be running through stuff. But same as always.
Another Saturday pod. So
Saturday pod.
So if we say anything that like totally
just doesn't make any
sense after Sunday,
Yeah.
it's because this is a Saturday pod. That happened to me last week. I said Villanova, they're going
Yeah, that was
far,
great.
and then they lost on Sunday.
And I mentioned Tennessee, and they lost too. As of right now, we just had Texas Tech just beat Gonzaga, which I called. I want a little quiche on that guy.
Yeah.
Money line, baby.
Love it.
But Purdue's about to play UVA. I got the Boilermakers. We'll see. The listeners will know if I was right or wrong.
Is the SEC and the Big 12, are they becoming like
I hope so,
basketball?
dude.
What is happening to the
Red
ACC?
Raiders!
Red Raiders.
Red
we
Raiders!
got Auburn kicking
Yeah,
ass. Like,
great.
what is happening
I
to
don't know.
basketball?
It's flipped on its head. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
And
that's
we're all
what's
loving
happening.
it. We're reaping the bennies. My bracket is busted though. But let's dive into some winners and some losers. I'm pumped about all of these. I'll start with my winner, the WWE.
You're a big winner.
Okay.
World Wrestling Entertainment wins because big news last week. One of biggest NFL superstars and party boy himself, your boy Rob Gronkowski, retired.
Yes.
And so for a while, it's been speculated where it's like people have always been like Gronk doesn't need football. He does that whole thing where it's like he doesn't spend any of his contract money. You know that, which is pretty dope. He only spends his endorsement money.
Interesting. That's the Jay Leno technique.
So he's got like a shitload of. Oh, Jay Leno's really? That's a Jay Leno.
Jay
thing?
Leno never spent any money.
How the fuck was he buying all those cars?
Stand-up, dude. Stand-ups make so much money.
That's ridiculous.
He
That's crazy. I like stand up, but like
I don't think he spent
What the
any of
fuck?
his Tonight Show money. That's how much money he makes doing
must be
stand-up.
nice. Must be nice.
Must be nice.
But people were always like, Gronk doesn't need football because he could act. Like he's such a personality. He could act. He could do this. He could do
couldn't
that.
act.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And this is why I was kind of. I'll get into it. But people were also like WWE. He had shown up at WrestleMania before. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but he showed up and like he had a buddy and he speared some guy, which is just a tackle in wrestling language. And he was a big hit. And so people were like, he's going to go into WWE. He saw Ronda Rousey go, and she's now a huge fucking thing. I think, for the first time ever, WrestleMania, the closing match, so the headliner is women.
Love it.
How about that?
You
Fucking
know-
awesome. But it's like Rousey and
Becky Lynch.
not Becky Lynch, I don't think. Maybe it's Ric Flair's daughter and somebody else. Becky Lynch might be the third.
Because Becky Lynch was just in my office 2 days ago.
She's a superstar.
Yeah, we have WWE people in my office all the time, and most
so cool.
Most people in my office don't really follow WWE. I lose it
I've been really trying to TiVo
to get into it. It's on Hulu.
Raw. It's on Hulu.
We
That's
should do
right.
it. Yeah,
I would love to just really start make that a weekly thing.
just buying in,
I want to know the plot.
enjoying
I
it.
want to know the story.
Yeah.
But Gronk retired, and WWE is my winner because this week I put on my detective monocle, and there were a couple of things WWE Gronk related, and it was all about different WWE people basically calling out Gronk.
Love that.
So in Raw, some guy was like, so Leo Rush, great name. Don't know who he is, but great name. During Monday Night Raw last week was like, what are you going to do, McFly or some other wrestler guy? You're going to retire? Like that hot piece of garbage, Rob Gronkowski?
Love that.
Place goes nuts. And it's like,
Yes.
yeah!
Yes.
And then this gal, I couldn't really tell because that I took as, okay, Gronk's going to come to WWE.
Yeah.
Right? This is how you get someone, because like with Ronda Rousey's whole plot with the WWE, like even in the news, she'll like talk to TMZ and be like, fuck the WWE. Like Vince McMahon doesn't respect all this stuff. But then it's like, that's part of her character,
Yeah. Well, she turned heel.
That's how much they sell it.
She's really becoming the female Kurt Angle.
She really is, which is great. Which is what we need, this country needs. Angle lock. But she also, some female wrestler came out and said, bullshit, Gronk, like people think he's going to wrestle. He's like never worked for it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know if that one, the second diss was like, we're reeling him in, but the
Or if that was
first one,
honest.
or if that was honest, I can't really tell.
That's what's great about the WWE is you do not
can't
know
tell.
what's real.
What is reality? I don't know.
What is real?
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you what wasn't real is Hulk Hogan's sex tape.
No,
Or no, that was sorry. That was really
that
real.
was real.
Or should I say Terry Jean Balea sex tape?
That was real.
That was when like the day that the belts came off.
Yeah.
Because That was the day where he actually said Hulk Hogan is a character I play, and it was
Yeah.
literally like, no.
No.
Because Ric Flair has never taken the mask off.
I saw a thing this week that Ric Flair is Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Like
He
he's
played
Nature
himself.
Boy. Yeah.
And that's what would be great about Gronk. He would just play Gronk.
He would just be Gronk, which would be great. Yeah, I can't imagine Gronk like becoming a heel.
If he turns heel, it's because Gronk became a dick.
Yeah, that's basically
It's not-
what it would be.
yeah.
I've said before on the show, I've seen The Undertaker die, come back to life 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He is now, I saw a thing this week. He is not an Instagram influencer, but he basically just promotes products on Instagram. And it's just 6'11" Undertaker tatted up holding like a new protein shake thing.
Dude, speaking of which, so I was watching the Nats game today on MLB TV.
Another loss for the Nats,
I know.
0-2, but it's okay.
There's always a chance at the start of every season where we just kind of debate, like, maybe we just turn into like a Nationals podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We come close.
But I was watching it, and every commercial is always the exact same. And this year, and it'll be this way for the entire year, is Justin Verlander. He's promoting Flonase. So get ready to really
Flonase got Verlander?
get ready to really know
I love this.
about Verlander's allergies.
I love this where it's like Flonase. Okay, I would love to just picture Flonase pitching Verlander. And it'd be like, in my mind, Verlander doesn't have any type of negotiation, anything, because they can be like, okay, Verlander, we'll get another fucking pitcher that only
We don't
10%.
need
Like, We
you.
don't need you.
Dude,
You're nice, but
you know that the people at Flonase, you know that their marketing firm is like has the Astros game on or whatever. They see him sneeze and one of them's just like, hey, and he's like, I'm already calling his people.
yeah,
I'm
you know what
already
it is?
calling him.
He's married to Kate Upton. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the Bennies of marrying a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. One of the many.
One actually, that's pretty much the only benefit is you get sweet Flonase.
You're right. You're right. Most of the other
Beyond
lot
that,
of
it's
cons.
just like
a lot of cons.
a lot of hot
So I hear.
ladies and red carpets
So I
and
hear.
whatever.
Suntan lotion. Who's your winner?
Okay, so I actually have 2 winners. So my first winner is Bakersfield.
You're a big winner.
I don't know if you saw this. Did you see anything about Keanu Reeves this?
I did a little bit.
So Keanu Reeves is on a flight, San Fran to LA.
Keanu Reeves is the man.
Keanu Reeves is absolutely the man, and this is
Cool
just going to
guy.
confirm it even more. He's on a flight. I believe he's sitting coach.
I saw he was wearing. The only thing I saw from this before you start is that he was wearing a hat. Like it was like one of those hats where like it's way too tall, so like
Yes.
it's kind of sitting on the top of his head.
Yeah.
which I love.
Well,
Way to go, Keanu.
That's a big celebrity hat thing.
Yeah.
Kutcher started it.
It was or JT
Or JT.
We
who
talked
knows?
about
That's the documentary we're going to be making.
Yeah.
Finally, the groundbreaking
who
documentary.
started the trucker hat.
Who started it? Punk. And no, but he was on a flight, sitting coach, San Fran, because he's a regular Joe, San Fran to LA. Plane has to have like an emergency landing, not serious emergency. They land. Unfortunately, we can't go back up. Fortunately, we're 2 hours away by vehicle. So the entire plane, I believe, gets on a bus
Wow.
and goes there. Tons of videos of him. He
I
apparently
love that he kept going. He kept going on the bus. He didn't
so
be
that was the big thing. They were
call
like,
my guy.
he's worth.
Ronnie.
You know how much he's worth? $360 million.
Keanu Reeves is worth 360.
He must have.
Is that Matrix money?
He must have invested in probably.
I think it's that 47 Ronin cash.
Well, they paid him huge.
They loved him. They needed him.
Yeah, one. He does one for him and one for the people, and the ones he
Yeah.
does for the people, like Ronan.
Ooh.
he-
Cha-ching.
He cleaned up.
Cha-ching.
But he could have gotten a helicopter. He could have chartered a jet. He could have bought Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And just been like, whatever. Nope. He gets on the bus with the people. He rides with them the entire time. He, I think, had the sticks. So
Hey.
he was playing country music on the
No.
bus. And he was reading facts about Bakersfield to people.
Wow.
What a guy.
Here's my question. How many speed jokes did people make on that bus from the movie Speed starring
I
Keanu
bet you
Reeves and Sandra
900
Bullock?
billion.
I would immediately be like, bro,
It's like, how many times does Harrison Ford get on a plane? Somebody goes, get off my plane.
if I ever see Harrison Ford on a plane, I'm telling him to get off my
Maybe
plane.
that's why he learned to fly a helicopter.
That's honestly, yeah. And he flies his own planes and he crashes them all the time.
Yeah, he does.
The one thing I know.
But when there's like a fire or when somebody's missing or whatever, he gets up there with the rest of the boys in blue and he
Really?
helps them search. It's awesome. Harrison Ford's awesome.
What a cool guy.
And I love when he wears an earring because he lets people know, like, I'm not the character.
Yeah, that's the only reason why.
I might be gay.
I'm not I'm not Han Solo.
Okay? Guy.
Newsflash.
Plot
Asshole. Bakersfield. What do you got in the W column? Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves, what a dude. We talked about Keanu Reeves like a year ago. It might have been 2 years ago. It might have been fucking, I don't even know. But he was like an amateur hockey player. Like he was trying to become a pro hockey player.
No.
Yeah.
You sure that wasn't a character he played or
Positive.
something?
He was like trying to become a pro hockey player, and then I know there's a story where like he first moved to LA,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like at a gas station, and there was like guys like filling up in their pickup, and they had hockey sticks in the back, and he was like, "Yo,
This is out of
no, this is a real story."
Okay.
And he's like, "Can I like what's good? Can we puck?" There's no fucking pond hockey around here. And they were like, yeah, sure. And he's still to this day, like, he plays hockey with those dudes. Yeah. Every story you read about Keanu Reeves, it's like, God.
I read one the other day
sexual.
about how he's half Japanese.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
How about that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
He
awesome.
is in so many great movies and so many absolute dog shit movies.
Hey,
He was in that movie. Remember that movie where,
watch
like,
your tone.
I think it's called Knock Knock. He's in a movie where, like, two hot girls come and knock on his door.
Yes.
I'm still very confused by what the plot is, but somehow they're like, I don't know if he like sleeps with them, and like I don't know, they play like a mind game with him, and he ends up buried in the backyard up to his neck. I remember thinking, how do you get out of that one?
Well,
you know,
I don't know.
how do you get out of that one?
We're gonna have to watch to find out because I'm pretty sure he got out.
I
of
think
it.
he did.
I don't know how. Probably with his charm.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Who's your other winner?
My other winner is Planet Fitness.
You're a big winner.
Planet Fitness is back, and it's in the win column.
We've had a few L's recently, but we're back and we're in the win column. And
Nice.
I'll tell you why, Henry. Do you know? I'm gonna say. Do you know who the Osundero brothers are?
The guys who Jesse Smollett hired to attack him.
Yes.
I got it.
So the guys,
I didn't know the name, but I was like, I think that's the name I've read.
the Nigerian bodybuilder brothers,
They're ripped, bro.
who are ripped
They're jazzed.
to the tits.
Yeah.
Dude, they are. The best part too is if you Google them, there's like a bunch of photos of Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
And then just kind of photos of them just being bodybuilders.
And they know how to pose,
And
too.
they're brothers, so they have like. We need to start doing this more.
What, bodybuilding competitions?
No, just like organized, probably, but just organized like 2-person poses. Like there's
Yeah.
one here where they're holding each other's elbows and they got their abs are flexed. They're lying down, holding each other's elbows. Abs are flexed and they got their legs in the air like a flag or whatever. It's just
can't
really
picture that
impressive.
image. I gotta see that one.
We should do it.
Yeah. We have a couple. We have the wedding photo.
Yes.
Godfather,
Unite-
behind you. And then we have the handshake, two
Yes.
brothers making a deal photo.
Yeah, making a deal. This is how deals are
That's how
made.
deals are done.
Some businesses still
So
know
how
how business is
It is
done.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is why Planet Fitness wins. This is why the Osundero brothers win, because according to them, their fitness business is booming.
Oh, it's
now.
booming?
Yeah.
People saw the pics, the suspect pictures, and we're like, I want that.
Ever heard?
Give me some of that.
Ever heard of anything called all press is good press?
I have before. I have.
Dude, sources close to Abel and Ola tell TMZ the brothers' training regimen is a hot commodity in the wake of the Jesse scandal, which ended with the actor getting off scot-free this week. We're told hundreds of people have been hitting them up for training and diet plans. Ironic, really, considering that's exactly what they were doing for Jesse before things went around. Anyway, then it goes off, but it also says their business is skyrocketing.
So
I love it.
One, congrats. Good for those guys.
Well, it's good for fitness.
It's great for fitness. It's great for the world. How many people do you think have contacted them to make fake crimes too? You think they've gotten any? Hey man, I want to stage a fake crime. You guys seem to be not so good.
Yeah.
You were caught pretty easily.
Well,
but
I don't think they wrote the script.
I don't think so. I think they were they executed.
Yeah.
They were like the brothers in Ocean's 11. That's who they were.
Exactly.
They're clumsy. You're gonna trust those guys?
Dude, I want these guys to have their own reality show.
I do
And I
too.
want it to never mention Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
I want it to just be like, there's these two Nigerian
Jacked out of their faces, brothers.
jacked bodybuilders who keep on bumbling into trouble.
They can't stay out of
and,
trouble.
and they live in Chicago, and it gets cold there sometimes. No, yeah, he didn't write the script. That's like blaming Keanu Reeves for being in a dog shit movie.
You're right. You're right.
They're great.
It's never his fault.
Keanu's great.
Yeah.
They were just
That
playing their
hack.
part.
That hack with the typewriter.
Yeah.
That's whose fault it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Loser.
But yeah, awesome. Good for them.
Great for them.
Fitness business booming.
Way to go, bros. From one set of bros to another. My
The O'Shea brothers support the other O brothers.
Yeah.
The other OS brothers.
Yes. Wow.
We're very similar,
I'll give them a call. I'm gonna have our people call their people.
especially with our physiques.
Yeah, I'd like to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Losers. You don't have a loser, but I have a loser, and you, sir, are my loser. My loser is Jack's attention span.
You are one pathetic loser.
It's already very, very weak. My attention span.
Exactly. That's
I'm
why
like
you
a
lose.
squirrel.
News this week that Avengers Endgame. On this podcast, I've always called it Avengers Infinity War 2. So that is not the title.
Maybe we continue.
I just keep saying
Infinity War Part 2. Like we said, Endgame is coming out. That means that the Avengers isn't ending because the first one was Avengers Infinity War Part 1.
Yeah.
Till Part 2 comes out,
It's not over in my mind.
it's not over.
I'll be waiting patiently. Or
50
not so
years from
patiently.
now,
Yeah.
we're going to wake up and be like, has it come?
Has it come?
Where is part 2?
But your attention span loses, or you lose, because Avengers Endgame, it was announced, is going to be over 3 hours long. It's going to be 3 hours and 2 minutes. Jack, I had to go back and forth. I wanted to make this a winner because this is just great.
This is great news.
This is the best news I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
This is what Game of Thrones basically promised me. Game of Thrones was like, oh, every ep, don't worry, Henry, every ep's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, basically only the last 3. And they're not even really long movies.
Yeah.
They're movies. Like
They're kind of short movies. They're like kids' movies.
3 fucking hours, dude. That's like that's like an extended cut of something long.
Yeah.
Like that's a legit. We need an intermission thing. This is, you know what this is? This is fucking Queens Boulevard.
This is motherfucking
You know, at
Queens
Sundance.
Boulevard.
This is his fucking Deer Hunter, the
I
Russo
am
brothers.
Queens Boulevard.
All right. And so your attention span loses because you can't sit in a fucking seat for more than 10 minutes.
No, this is going to be really, really hard.
How
I'm
many
going to
fucking walkout popcorn refills are you gonna have?
3 hours.
3 hours is long, man.
I'm going to say for a movie that I really care about, probably 3. I'm going to have to walk around about 3
Yeah.
times. Man.
I think this movie might be good enough that you can't leave. You get up and you keep on hesitating. You jab step and then you sit
No,
back
you
down.
you say that. You say that, but dude, it is so hard for me to sit still.
I wish this movie was 7 hours long.
oh, no,
I wish
same.
it was 10.
I
wish you had to buy multiple tickets to see the whole movie.
I wish this movie was so long
Yeah.
that I would bring a change of clothes because I'd be walking so much. I'd get a
You
little
had
sweaty.
to. Yeah. I got a workout going
Why do you
on.
have a duffel bag? Because the movie's like 7.5 hours
asking.
long.
Stop
Jackwagon.
asking.
Dude, can you imagine what the director's cut of this picture is going to look like?
Because there's got to be deleted scenes. They're always deleting scenes.
You think? Well, dude, you think they're going to have an end scene, post-credit scene? Because it's already over. They'll probably have like a joke one.
Yeah.
Maybe for the first time ever, they show bloopers.
That would be great.
I love one of those.
Have you ever watched Avengers bloopers?
No, they're hilarious.
They're the best.
Because it's all green screen stuff.
Watch Infinity War bloopers. Well, all the actors are the best people. Like,
Yeah.
they're all great and they're all laughing and they're like, it's green screen shit.
God, I would kill to see Paul Bettany just in the makeup.
Does
he go full makeup?
So there's a great one where Paul Bettany he has like all that shit on his face. They have like all the dots and stuff.
So he's not full makeup.
No, he's like makeup but with dots.
Okay.
But there's a great one of, you know, the scene where in Infinity War at the end where Chris Evans is like, no. One of them had previously said, "We don't trade lives," and then the other one says, "We don't trade lives." They like somehow can't get that second line down without laughing. And at one point, Paul Bettany's like, "Fuck you!" Like this whole thing. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
God.
But 3 hours of kicking ass. This is gonna be great, Jack, because I need a good hour dedicated to these guys are gone.
Yeah.
Thanos won.
God.
It's over.
Talk about a movie where they should not have shown the trailer.
Talk
ever.
about a movie where you can't show me fucking Captain Marvel in the trailer.
Yeah.
With not even a joke, but we're still acting like she's the smartest person in the room.
This is the best sales pitch to ever watch the YouTube video because if you could see Henry's face right there, he was so angry. I haven't seen you that mad in a long time.
I was talking to Chris Bounds about it the other day. They're trying to ruin the franchise. How many movies? 18 movies, Jack?
Like 28.
It's okay
90.
to be added late. It's okay.
It's
You can't
okay.
be added late and save the day. You know who can be added late? Fucking Ant-Man.
Ant-Man can be out of late.
Ant-Man, great. You weren't even in the fucking first
Captain Marvel should have come
Infinity
out
War.
6 years ago, and they should have just like never made another one, and
Yep.
then she comes and saves the day.
Boom.
Love it.
Love it.
Like Gendry in Game of Thrones. He ends up
Fine.
on the throne.
Fine.
We have some. What you don't want to have is like imagine if in Game of Thrones they introduce a new character.
So,
in this
dude,
one.
Game of Thrones this year, they're introducing a new character, and I'm so embarrassed I don't know his name, but it's the Golden Company. So Cersei's trying to get these basically these mercenary soldier guys that are for hire, and there's some hotshot blonde. He's gonna be a hot dude, I can tell. He looks like Jaime Lannister kind of thing, and he's in the trailer, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
We're introducing a new character after all. What the shit, man?
What if he's awesome though?
I mean,
That's the thing.
if he looks pretty cool. I gotta say.
What if he's like?
if he's just the man?
Yeah. What if it? Oh my god.
Ugh.
Who could they have introduced if they had introduced like Peter Dinklage or the Mountain? Or not the Mountain, who's the Moose, the Mountain's brother?
Hound.
The Hound.
Yeah.
They introduced
the Moose.
The Moose.
Their cousin.
Their cousin. The Moose. Not as strong, but he can drink
Also
like a moose.
Also, Infinity War. I was debating with Matt about this. Renner, aka Hawkeye, is sporting a fucking swick mohawk.
Yes.
I love it. Matt was saying it looks stupid.
Googling.
Yeah, Matt said it looks stupid. I think it looks great. I think it looks freaking
Matt, I bet
sweet.
it's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, Infinity War. I was very close to making the winner because that's just nothing but good news. But good things. Good things for the Avengers and for
I'm looking at the mohawk.
bad things for Ultron and for Loki.
Oh,
and for-
cool. He's got like a cool, it's like a long mohawk.
Yeah,
that
it's
he
like
kinda
one of those
slicks
long
back.
guys. Yeah.
Who is Jeremy Renner?
I have no idea.
He used to do makeup for the stars.
Really?
Yeah.
What a thing.
Huh.
What a fucking thing.
Huh.
That's nuts. Moving on. We got 2 trailers, which I'm excited for. Which means that was a bad way of introducing this segment. That is trailer trash and trailer smash. You know what I also realized about this segment that we never ever do is say whether it's trash or smash. Like we've never.
I'm gonna call it a smash.
That's what the setup seems like. And this is also gonna be a good review because I don't know if you've seen either trailer, and I know have only watched one of them on mute.
I probably haven't.
This was an oversight.
Yes. This was poorly planned.
We're filming this after I came home from work, so this was we didn't have time to, but whatever. So the first one is Brightburn. Have you heard about Brightburn?
Not at all. So this is going to be a rough segment.
I'm pumped. No, we'll go through it real quick. So Brightburn is going to be sick. I'm going to convince everyone to go watch the trailer. So Brightburn is by James Gunn. And so it got totally hidden away because James Gunn was a pariah. Yeah, because he was tweeting about touching kids and shit. So if you don't know James Gunn, he's the one who he directed Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they had the fallout because he had all these inappropriate tweets, and then they brought him back. Whatever. He's great.
Ooh, Elizabeth Banks is in it.
So it's this movie. I think Elizabeth Banks produced it. The plot of the movie is it's a Superman movie about Superman, except it's in like an alt universe where Superman as a kid is basically fucked up and goes evil. So it's a kid. So it's like Elizabeth Banks and Roy from The Office are married. I'm an absolute jackwagon for not knowing Superman's parents' names.
Wait, no, it wasn't James Gunn. This is even cooler.
It's James Gunn.
No, it's not.
I'm positive.
No, it's Matt Gunn and Brian Gunn, who are James Gunn's brothers.
I'm really looking at articles that says James Gunn unveils extended Brightburn.
Maybe he produced it. But I'm telling you right now,
The Gunn family. But anyways,
this is cool.
So it's Roy, Elizabeth Banks, they're Superman's parents, whatever. Kid comes crashing down as a baby. They're like, it's a sign we can't have a baby, whatever. Kid has kind of weird superpowers, whatever. But you got to go check out the trailer. It looks fucking sick. It's like a kid Superman, but he like is all messed up because he doesn't know who he is, and he basically goes evil and starts fucking killing everybody.
Dude, there's like all these Gunn brothers.
Here's the story.
No, there's 4 Gunn brothers.
Family.
There's
crazy.
4 Gunn brothers, and they all are like, all of them.
Really?
How did we not figure this out with the James Gunn thing?
I don't know.
Sounds like a cool trailer, though. I'm going to call it a smash.
We're calling it a smash. Check out this trailer. It's like this kid, and he like makes like a shitty little mask where he cuts the holes out of his eyes. And then like there's like a woman in a convenience store, and like she turns, and like something moves, and she turns back, and it's him, and she just like flies towards him and strangles her. Like it's like it looks so fucking badass. But
dig
like,
this.
A little intense. And then the other trailer is Pennyworth, which if you can guess what, it's also a superhero origin movie. Listeners, if you can guess what it is, I'll be very impressed. I think if you're a comic book person, you probably can. So it's Alfred from Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you talked about this.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did talk about this. I told you, what's his name's playing him?
Who would you say?
Jude Law.
Jude Law.
I said Jude Law is going to play him.
He's not playing him,
He's not?
unfortunately.
Who's playing him?
Some nobody, some no name.
Why are we doing this?
But it's a prequel to Batman where Pennyworth, who is Alfred Pennyworth, that's Alfred's real name, when he is a young son of a gun, looks like kind of mid-20s-ish. He's like a secret agent. I think it looks kind of World War II era, looks like. And he's just kicking ass. And it's young Alfred. So,
dude, this is awesome.
What?
I'm just looking it up. It's a show.
Oh, it's a show?
Yeah.
Wow. Lack of research.
I know. We are really underprepared.
We're losing it.
I'm going to call this one trash because
the guy who watched Gotham and always raves about it.
Gotham was great.
You spent like a day really hungover at my apartment in college watching Gotham all day.
Dude, you couldn't
What
turn
day
it off.
was that? That was hilarious. You were visiting and we went out and then I had to do something. You were just at home watching Gotham
We got back at like 4 a.m. and I was
Yeah.
like, I know what to put on.
I came home and you
Gotham.
were like, question, have you ever seen Gotham?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Here's a little take for you. Gotham.
Yeah, and then you never watched it again though, so.
No, it wasn't that good.
It wasn't good enough to rave about. But
Once you
not
turn
good
it
enough
off.
to return to.
Yeah.
Moving on. That was a sloppy segment.
There was like 1 week after that where I was like, I'm gonna actually watch the newest episode of Gotham when it's on cable.
How was it?
I was like, this isn't worth me like organizing
Finding
my day
it on the
around
guide. Yeah.
Gotham.
They gotta make guide easier, man.
Yeah.
I can't be scrolling to Tuesday.
2019, dude.
You know, figure it out, guys. I'm sure there's an easier way.
Like every time when I press guide, I always do the same thing. What number do you press when you go to guide? What's your first go to?
Well, now it's 300 because that's ESPN here, but it used to be 570.
See, I would just always
that
go.
was ESPN at home.
I would just go 400 and be like, I'll find it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's probably 400 is probably a good start.
Or I do like 550, and then usually the movies start somewhere around 600.
Exactly. Yeah.
Moving on. We got a Throners update.
Okay.
So it's not even really too much. Well, we're 2 weeks away, which is fucking. I'm not ready. Are you ready? I'm not ready.
By the way, Entertainment Weekly came, and it's an entire Game of Thrones.
Sick.
73 pages of Game of Thrones and ads.
Sweet bathroom read. I wish I read magazines anywhere but the bathroom. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to read a magazine on the couch. I've tried.
No, I did a little bit today while I was watching the Nats game. There's one page that just is all of the family trees.
Wow.
That are connected. And I
I'm
realized
gonna paste that on our wall.
I realized I know not enough about Game of Thrones, and also not enough about how family trees work to follow it. It's very confusing.
I understand that. I've gotten very lost in family trees before.
Yeah, it's like that means they're married, or
the
does that mean
removed thing? Once removed, twice removed, 3 times removed. How many times are we moving people?
Removed is generations.
Jack.
So that's all this is.
Let me riff.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Jack, you got to stop
Jack.
stifling my bits, my genius bits.
You know what is the great part about having a wall of whiteboards though is I'm gonna put up a lot of Game of Thrones shit.
Let's build out the family tree there because then we can understand it.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's just do that because then that's big enough, and then we can go person by person. I'm like, oh, they married
That's
this person.
how this and that.
You know what
and
the
this
issue
and
is?
that.
You can be like, you married Rhaegor, which is close to Viserion,
Yes.
and I'll be like,
All the
who
names are alike.
and who
And who?
and what?
But Game of Thrones.
Where are my dragons?
We got
We should make a sketch like that.
a cool update, not really about this season, but kind of. There's going to be a documentary about this last season. So I kind of had a feeling this was coming because
Good documentary or bad documentary, you think?
I think it's going to be great.
Okay.
So I remember a couple weeks ago I had mentioned that Jon Snow, or what's his name? I'm slipping. Kit Harington was talking about the filming the last season, and he said the last script read, which is when the whole cast comes in, everyone has a script, you basically read through it, the director reads the action, whatever. There's a great, if you haven't checked it out, you got to check out, there's an Office documentary where they read the last episode of The Office.
Pretty unbelievable.
Very emotional, just because everyone's been there for so long, kind of thing. So Game of Thrones, they did the same kind of thing, and no one knew the ending, and so they had a live reading, and they all found out the ending at the same time.
Wow.
Which is awesome. And he said everyone was just shocked and was crazy and crying and whatever. And so I heard that and was like, God, I hope we got that on tape.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see.
They definitely did.
You know, and so it turns out they did. They filmed a documentary the entire time they were filming the last season, which I think took like a year.
Yeah.
They had another camera crew rolling behind the scenes documenting the crew and I mean mostly the cast.
Oh, I hope they play it like literally right after the season finale.
My guess
I
is
guess
they
they
will.
will. Yeah.
I think they kind of. I assume it'll be on HBO. Like one of like the featured things would be like HBO documentary.
How funny would it be if they played it before the last episode? So it
Oh,
just
that'd be great.
Just completely spoiled
Oh,
everything.
that'd be great. Yeah, choose to watch it if you want. Choose to watch it.
Or how about this? Before the last episode, they play all the way up until the spoiler part.
And then the
last episode,
wow.
and then we see
Wow.
side
by side.
We see how they
Side by
react,
side,
picture
yeah.
in picture.
Wow. Wow. We'll put up a little fan edit of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, but it is tough to find not too tough, but it's tough to find documentaries these days. Talk about one up my fucking alley.
Should
That's what
we-
I'm asking for?
Should we stream ourselves watching the Game of Thrones thing? Because we're thinking about getting into streaming in
The
some
problem
way.
with Game of Thrones is just it's like the live thing on the West Coast. We're watching it 3 hours after people. Which I don't know if that would make people more want to watch it. Also, I don't know, like
Maybe though, because
Or
maybe they watch it and they're like,
then they wanna watch.
I wonder what Jack's opinions are. They won't really care about
yeah, they
yours.
wouldn't give a shit about me
I
or Matt.
wonder what Jack thinks about this guy. He has no idea what his name is.
Yeah. Also, the tough part with that is, I guess it would just all be reaction. There's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of talking we watch. There's pausing and then long conversations.
If you're listening to this, DM or tweet us or whatever if
Yeah.
you think we
do you
should
think
stream
if it's
that.
a decent idea at all?
Yeah.
Moving on. We got a new segment that we like to call "Get Off My Plane."
Get off my plane.
That's the second reference to that quote today,
Mm-hmm.
and actually kind of a coincidence. But this segment has nothing to do with getting off planes. But as you know, that is a Harrison Ford quote where he plays the president in Air Force One,
Mm-hmm.
the top 5 movie critics would say probably of all time. And it just
up
has
there.
it's the political theme of it and
Mm-hmm.
the idea of the president. Is what we're talking about, and it's a cool little story out of one of our favorite countries, which is Ukraine.
We love it.
It's wonderful. This Ukrainian actor, whose name is I'm going to say it's Vladimir, but I'm going to spell his name for you a second.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it's Vladimir Zelensky. I'm pretty sure the last is Zelensky. The first name is VOLODYMYR.
That's definitely Vladimir.
Just Vladimir.
But it's probably pronounced like
Vladimir.
Vladimir. Cool name.
Very cool name. So Vladimir Zelensky played.
Beautiful country.
Oh, beautiful. Played an Eastern European president. So he was on this TV show. It was a TV comedy, and he was playing the president, just like Kevin Spacey playing the president and whatever. With Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Veep kind of thing. That would probably be what it would be like. Because it's a comedy. J. Lou, as I like to call her. And so he played the president in this TV show, and then afterwards, in the most recent election, decided to run.
Yeah.
So he's actually running for political office of the president, and he's leading in the fucking polls.
People love that show.
How crazy is that?
That's interesting. That's pretty much the same plot as Robin Williams in Man of the Year.
It is almost the exact plot, except he didn't play the president. He was like basically Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. He's kind of like John Oliver, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, John Oliver kind of thing, where it's like he's in the political world, but whatever. That's fucking awesome. This is one of those stories where it's any dream, as to quote Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
Oh yeah.
But it really is like God, and
it makes you believe. So what the segment we're going to do right now, and the reason why it's called "Get Off My Plane," is because what we're going to do is we're going to look at actors who played presidents, whether based on real presidents or fictional presidents, and discuss which one of those we think should be presidents, and which one of those do we think could actually win an election.
Yeah.
So you want to just go down the list, or you want to pick them at random? What are you thinking?
Let's go up, down, top to bottom, or bottom to top.
Okay. So first one we have is Morgan Freeman, who played Francis Underwood in
Deep Impact.
No. Was it called Deep Impact?
Deep Impact.
Yeah, Deep Impact.
Yeah, with Tia Leone and whatnot. So that's interesting. There's no way his name's Francis Underwood. Frank Underwood is from House of Cards.
Let me do a little Googling here.
I think that was the wrong name, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But Morgan Freeman in
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. I think most people, if you said what actor plays the president, I think most people would say Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Which is funny considering Deep Impact, not nearly the popularity of Armageddon or other end of the world movies.
His name was Tom Beck.
Tom Beck. Very close. Very close. But Morgan Freeman, he's a pretty good choice. I don't know if he'd be my president because apparently he's kind of a son of a gun, which I don't hate my president.
He's got like 9 children.
Every now and then I'll hear like he's got 27 kids, and it's like no, I think he has like 5, but he's got enough that it's a thing.
I trust him.
I do really trust him.
I do really think that he has my best intentions at heart.
You don't get casted as God and the president
unless people really feel comfortable in your arms.
Something's working for you. You're doing something right.
I don't think I'd want him to be president.
No.
Just because of, like you said, the foolishness.
Yeah.
The fooling around stuff.
Yeah. The malarkey.
I think he has a pretty good chance of, if he did run, I think that he could get a lot of the vote of people being like, shit, I don't want to vote for either of these two guys. I'm just going to vote for Morgan Freeman.
You know what he is? He's very composed.
Yes.
Which helps you out. He doesn't get flustered unless he chooses to be, and you don't want to see him flustered.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next, we got Bill Pullman, which that's the dude from Independence Day, right?
Yeah.
Say what you want about Bill Pullman. If you're talking about what presidents are doing in movies, he's right there with Harrison Ford. The guy gets in a fucking fighter pilot plane, and he goes to fight the aliens himself.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Should we... Never mind. I was going to say, maybe do we pivot this to be like, would we vote for Thomas J. Whitmore or Tom Beck? But no.
No, I think we do actors.
We do actors.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bill Pullman, would we want him
Absolutely not.
to be president?
The guy's C-list at best.
Yeah, we don't want a C-list actor.
I do like him because of his roles. I'm fond of Spaceballs and I'm fond of whatever. But as far as
yeah, probably not. I agree. Then we have Harrison Ford, who played James Marshall in Air Force One.
Yes, please.
I'm in.
I would like Harrison Ford as my president.
If Harrison Ford
is the only guy that could look eye to eye with a guy like Putin and say, I own you. I'm better than you.
Get off my helicopter, because it's just mostly helicopter stuff.
And he flies planes too, right? I know he crashes planes.
He does both. We're really this is very a circular podcast. We're back to Harrison Ford who's flying.
Only a couple topics.
Also, again, he's got the earring. So
yeah,
first president with like an earring. I'm sure he's not the first person who.
I wonder if Barry O ever had any diamonds.
I'm pretty sure Trump didn't. I think it's pretty much either Barry O or soon to be President Ford.
I bet
second President Ford.
I bet Barry on a bet had it for like a day.
Yeah.
I bet he had like a hoop for a day in Hawaii. And they were like, Barry's so fucking crazy. That dude's high all the time.
Yeah. he got the
He'll do fucking anything. He'll run for president if you dare him.
He got the henna tattoo. He got the puka shells.
Yep, exactly.
He got the earring.
And it was a themed party.
And it was a great trip to Maui.
It was a theme. No, George Bush got one for a themed party.
Yes.
At Yale.
Yes.
It was his party.
Back when they used to call him Bushy.
Yeah, Bushy.
Now we call him W.
Next, Will Ferrell, who played George Bush. I love Will Ferrell, but
I don't think he
I
would
don't
run
see
for it.
I don't think he would either.
I'd vote for him,
He
though.
stays to himself. Greg Kinnear.
Who played JFK in The Kennedys? 1,000,000%.
I would too. Greg Kinnear's a great guy. Stand-up guy.
If he does it with the accent.
Yeah. You know what Greg Kinnear, well, you know why he's great? Is that he was like a comedian.
Yeah.
You think of him as like a drama guy. No.
He almost, when they were looking to see who would replace David Letterman and ended up going to Conan O'Brien, this is in the 90s, he was the original frontrunner.
God, he's so
Isn't that crazy?
He's the coach in Bad News Bears. He's Little Miss Sunshine, Stuck on You. He's the man.
If he did the accent, you all know My Brother Bobby.
My brother Bobby.
I would.
Let's watch an episode of The Kennedys after this.
Let's just watch the whole miniseries.
I'm in. Next, we got Robin Williams, who played, you say Teddy Roosevelt. Is that from Night at the Museum?
Yes. That is from Night at the Museum, Henry, and he played Teddy very well.
Robin Williams would have made a great president.
Yes.
Because if you watch the movie Man of the Year, I want to say it's called?
Yes.
Man of the Year, that was a plane movie for a while. That was like on Delta or something. That was circulating. I've seen that movie too many times.
That movie is one of the many movies that Laura Linney really tried and honestly kind of succeeded at just ruining.
Laura Linney, I was talking to somebody, by the way, be careful, just the shaking.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to somebody, and they were saying, I said, like, oh, besides Laura Linney. And they're like, you don't like Laura Linney? I'm forgetting who it was. But I remember being like, I hate you.
Who was in her corner?
I don't know.
I'm sure she's the nicest ever.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
She's trash.
But her character
Hot garbage.
just ruined. I mean, talk about trying to just tear down Love Actually.
Yeah, not good. Not good. The One American, of course.
Yeah.
That was a bad rep. And then last in my what my vote would be Paul Giamatti, who plays John Adams.
In the miniseries, John
I would
Adams.
vote for Paul Giamatti right now to be the president of the United States.
He has leadership in his blood. His dad was the commissioner of baseball.
Really?
You know that?
I did not. Was the same name?
Giamatti.
Really?
In the 80s, his dad was the commissioner
I
of
thought
baseball.
Bud Selig was for like 40 years.
I think right
must have
after
been like-
Giamatti.
yeah.
But Giamatti was the commissioner, and he's the guy who banned Pete Rose forever. So I'm going to ding him for that.
Say, that's a ding.
But I like a guy who already starts off because he can only
Yeah.
improve himself from there.
Yeah.
Plus, I really like Paul Giamatti.
I would love him, but ragging on Charlie Hustle, kind of tough.
Yeah.
Kind of tough to get through. But yeah, there's Get Off My Plane. To end the pod, but we got a bunch of stuff. We got another Shoot Me.
Shoot me!
Shoot me.
We got a bunch of stuff we're running through. Might be a minute, might be an hour. Who knows? Could be 10 seconds. And I'm gonna scatter these guys. Let's start with Benny Affleck. Big Ben.
Dragon tattoo. The boy with the dragon tattoo.
The boy with the dragon tattoo. God, we should make a fake trailer or something.
Yeah.
He was talking this week about, I forget who was talking, it was some interview. He said he goes to Dunkin' Donuts 365 days a year. He goes to Dunkin' Donuts every single day.
Wow. He and I are very similar.
He was like,
I don't go to Dunkin'
they're
Donuts,
just so
but I go to
great.
the donut place every day.
The reason we don't go to Dunkin' Donuts is because there isn't one near us.
Yeah, I know. You know what's
Gotta
funny?
drive to fucking Bakersfield to get one.
Oh my God, I would go to Bakersfield.
I would too.
They don't talk like that there, but that'd be cool. But no, every day I pass 2 Baskin Robbins.
Wow.
On my way to work, and I always do you think of Dunkin' Donuts when you see a Baskin Robbins because
They are connected on the East Coast.
on the East Coast, if you see a Baskin Robbins, it means right next to it's a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, or there's one in the same.
Or they're just a joint thing.
That was the best. I don't know if that's just an East Coast thing, but you got like,
I assume that they're co-owned or something.
they're definitely the same, whatever company it is.
Taco Bell has it with somebody else too.
KFC, right?
Yeah.
It's like Taco Bell, KFC. You'd be like, fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I remember one time for a school field trip, it was my our senior trip, like the whole senior class, and we stopped at like a rest stop halfway to Delaware, wherever we
We went to some beach in Virginia where they had wild horses.
it was something like that.
Chinnicky?
Chappaquiddick.
It sounds like that.
Yeah.
Keep going. Sounds like Chappaquiddick.
But anyway, we stopped, and there was a KFC Taco Bell mix, and I waited in line for KFC, and then I got in line for Taco Bell,
Wow.
and I ate all of them. I felt really awful, and it was a bad decision looking back
Because
at
the
it.
bathroom on the bus wasn't working, because they never are.
Oh, but I also wouldn't go to the bathroom on the bus
Because I would never go to the bathroom
because
on the bus.
it is my high school senior trip,
Yeah.
and half of my class was on that bus.
Yeah, rumors start fast.
The other
rumors
half
run out.
was on the other bus.
Yeah, but Big
2
Ben.
buses, each with half a bus.
Way to go, Ben. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And he was like, I honestly think like I'm helping the company. He said something like that, which I was like, okay, take it easy, but you might be.
Honestly, well,
I think you are.
I've thought that
My
too.
problem is his poll is in Boston. Boston doesn't need to be sold on Dunkin' Donuts.
I thought that too. I went in today to my donut shop, which is just a place called Donuts, and every day, they take cash only, as donut places do, because they're pretty much just laundering money. And, they gave me my change, and I was put the change in the tip jar. And I thought today, I wonder how much money I've given them in just change.
Yeah, probably a good amount.
Probably well over
The things we could
100.
have done with that money.
Can you imagine?
By the Yankees. Moving on. Next we got Nicolas Cage. It's your boy Nick Cage. This week, pretty hilarious. He looks absurd nowadays. He got married in Vegas and then got an annulment within, I think, 4 or 5 hours. Pretty awesome.
Nobody saw that coming.
No. And before they were annulled, there were pictures of them fighting at a hotel, and I was like, "Ooh,
So you
what are the
knew it was
pictures?"
gonna work. Yeah.
They're fighting like at the fucking. They're getting their car from the valet, and they're fighting in front of everybody, and they're just like yelling, and he looks fucking ridiculous.
Is he using his tuxedo?
He's in like a red jacket, and he has obviously dyed hair, and it's long and wispy. And apparently, I think he said he was so hammered when they got married, he wasn't of sound mind too. He didn't know what he was doing. I just love it. Whoever the woman is, I feel terrible. You're like, I'm marrying Nick fucking Cage.
That's an interesting take, too, of being like, I was so hammered when I was married, I wasn't in the right mind.
Yeah.
He was probably so hammered when he was at that court hearing, too, to annul it.
Definitely. Dude's always hammered.
He's always hammered.
Why do you think he's making fucking movies where he's always
Why do you
killing
think he's
people?
buying dinosaur skulls he can't afford? Why do you think?
And castles.
He's buying castles because Nick Cage does what Nick Cage does because he's Nick Cage.
And he always will.
And he always will.
Moving on. We talked about this a little while ago, and I just wanted to bring up this list of actors. It's kind of political, but I don't have a political stance on it at all. So have you seen this Boycott Georgia thing?
Yes.
So we talked about this a while ago just to make fun of these actors, and I want to do it again because they're such losers.
Yeah, let's do it.
Every article you'll see about this says Hollywood stars are starting to say that they will boycott the state of Georgia, so filming in the state of Georgia, because of this abortion bill. I don't even want to get into the abortion bill. Whatever side you're on.
We just want to get into the people.
Go for it. I want to get into the people
who are boycotting
who
Georgia
think they're
filming.
powerful enough to boycott anything. And there's a lot of film going on in Georgia. Have you ever noticed after fucking everything you watch, there's that Georgia Peach logo?
That means it was filmed
That
in
just
Georgia.
means it was filmed in Georgia. There's fucking everything.
Georgia, Vancouver.
Boom. That's where you go now.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Really? Pittsburgh. Three Rivers.
Well, because Pittsburgh has a city that looks. You say Three Rivers. Could Tim Baggy probably?
No, I just know that's the thing. Go Pirates. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. But Pittsburgh, because it looks like a huge city, huge metropolis. So you can film there, like The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You can film there, and it looks like it's New York City or Chicago or wherever.
But it's not.
But it's actually Pittsburgh.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So all these Hollywood stars are boycotting Georgia, and so I read this thing, and then they go, there's a letter that was written by, you guessed it, Alyssa Milano, which is the best part about Alyssa Milano.
She gets tons of work.
She's a professional political correspondent basically now. She does the whole she's being seen thing. And for good or for bad, I don't have a take, but she is so irrelevant in Hollywood, and she has been for so many years. Whenever they say her, because you have to say of this or of that, they do of Netflix's Insatiable, which is notoriously the worst show on TV that people are like, it's so bad, that's why people watch it, because it's like the worst thing ever. So that's the only thing that you can even tie her to.
She was in Commando.
In Hollywood.
She was in Commando as a child.
Exactly. Like she's nothing.
It's been all downhill from there.
So she wrote the letter and she got people to sign it, and the people that signed it are Uzo Aduba. I don't know who that is. I feel like I should.
Can you spell the name?
Uzo Adu.
Wait a minute.
BA.
Is he who I think he is? Oh no,
Is it a guy?
It's a woman. And she is in. She's Crazy Eyes from the Netflix Orange is the New Black. I'm shocked that she's protesting
Who
this.
gives
I
a
would not
shit?
see her.
Yeah, who gives a shit about it? Christina Applegate. I actually like Tina Applegate.
Yeah. Tina.
But Tina, since Hall Pass, which was years ago,
she peaked at Hall Pass.
You're not in stuff. Alec Baldwin. Okay, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Enough. Way to go.
We all know he's not leaving the city.
Aaliyah Shawkat. Don't know. Bradley Whitford. Who the fuck is that? And Gabrielle Union.
Gabby's out?
Gabby Union, I love you. You're married to D-Wade. You're great.
Bradley Whitford
but
is, you know him from Get Out, The West Wing. He's the bad guy in Billy Madison.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck,
Yeah,
man?
fuck him.
You're boycotting?
Yeah.
We can't make movies in Georgia because Bradley Whitford won't be in them.
We just throw around protest and boycott. I love that we can protest and we can boycott.
When we protest and boycott, we mean something.
Yes.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to mean it.
You're supposed to stick to it.
I can guarantee you, if Bradley Whitford gets a call from
Tarantino,
James Cameron,
Spielberg.
Spielberg, Scorsese, or any whoever's making the new Star Wars and says, we actually want you to be the lead.
You're the guy.
We're filming in Georgia. He's going to go, Georgia, I love Georgia.
Yeah.
That sounds like a peach.
When do you
know? and he will just absolutely go.
Anyways, I just like talking about it.
Turning down a lot of checks.
I love these Hollywood people who think that they're hot shots.
Gabby Union.
Take a step down.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
you sick son of a bitch.
Moving on. This is a great story, or terrible story, but I didn't know it.
A terrible
It's a
story.
tragedy, but I didn't know it, so I want to share. So what do you know about Siegfried and Roy?
Tiger guys.
Boom. That's what I knew.
Possibly gay.
Boom. Definitely gay, by the way.
Are they?
It was always out,
Yeah.
apparently.
Okay.
So they were
Were they?
They were a couple.
They were stooping?
They were stooping.
Okay.
I think they're German. I want to
So
say
they were stooping.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they were playing Stubel.
Yeah, stooping.
So Siegfried and Roy.
It's the Tigers.
I never really knew. I knew it was like, yeah, tiger and magicians. Tigers attacked. They were in an episode of Rugrats.
Yes,
That's
how I
know.
really
That's
know
how
them.
I know them is from the Vegas. The best episode of Rugrats ever is the episode where they go to Vegas.
Vacation,
Yeah,
all I
boom.
ever wanted.
Greatest episode ever. That song is awesome.
That song's really good.
That episode is great.
The whole thing's awesome.
But I didn't really know anything about them. I was like, I knew they got attacked. So I saw an article today that was like one of their handlers came out and was like, I've never really said anything, but the reasons that night, what happened
Okay.
is not what people say happened.
I need to know.
I was like, I need this info. So first thing I did was looked up a video, and I was like, where's this video? There's no video.
Okay.
Which is impossible, Jack, because it was in a casino. And as we know in casinos, as Terry Benedict says, you're always being watched. Someone is always watching.
You should know more than anyone.
All right?
There's always someone
Terry
watching.
Benedict said it. So I know it's true. He's a straight shooter. So I know there's tape. We got to find it somewhere. But
You should watch Ocean's 11.
we'll do it right after this,
Yes.
right after the Kennedys miniseries. But so that night, so it was Roy's birthday. Roy Horn was his name. They've been doing this for like 18, 20 years, maybe even longer. They're the biggest thing in Vegas for forever. I didn't realize that. They were fucking huge.
Yeah.
So they were massive, and it's because they were doing fucking magic tricks with white tigers, Jack. They had like a dozen white tigers doing their shit, and there's no fence between them and the audience. There's nothing. It's like just fucking tigers.
Lots of human interest. Cha cha cha.
Cha cha cha.
Compelling stuff.
Exactly. And so the story was that night, it's Roy's birthday. He's turning like 60 or something. Maybe 49, 50
old
kind
is this
of
guy?
thing.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
really old. They're really old now. They're almost 80 now.
Huh.
This happened in 2003. I thought this happened in like 85.
No, I
2003.
remember this happening, and I remember
Really?
like,
Wow.
the guys from Rugrats?
You look at the outfits and you're like, I thought this was in the 80s. But so it was
Germans, you know?
Roy Horn's doing his thing. And the story that people know is he's doing his thing, and all of a sudden, this one tiger, Manticorn, I believe is his name, goes at him and bites him in the fucking neck. Takes him down, teeth in the fucking neck, dude. So people come out, they get the tiger off of him, they pull him back. He goes to the hospital. I did not know this. Roy Horn was never the same person. Brain surgeries, all this stuff. So the story they said was he had a stroke on stage, and the tiger bit him in the fucking neck. All these surgeries. He looks like a completely different person these days. Slurred speech, all this stuff. It affected his life forever. So the first thing I thought was, I feel like people make fun of this every now and then.
Yeah.
Not cool.
No, wait.
Really fucking serious.
So why did the tiger attack him?
So their story was he had a seizure on
Yeah.
stage. Or a stroke, on stage. And so the tiger was basically trying to save him. So that he was going down, and the tiger was like, and kind of starts, tigers don't know what mauling is really like.
Yeah.
Tiger was trying to help him out,
Yeah.
basically.
They're like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
They are Lenny.
They do not know their own strength.
That is the best Lenny reference analogy. Perfect.
Perfect. I nailed it.
So they're
guys.
Lenny. But, so this guy who was a handler for the Tigers, because they have all these handlers, was like, that is not what happened at all.
What happened?
Dude did not have a stroke. He was like, whatever, birthday, he's doing his thing. That year, he's like, everyone knew it. Roy was spending less time with the Tigers. So Roy was the animal guy, and Siegfried was the magic guy, and they kind of combined.
Okay.
And they had great hair.
Yeah.
And they were German, which everyone loves. So Roy, this trainer guy, who's something Lawrence was his name, was like, Roy, everyone knew, was not spending as much time with the Tigers. Tigers still knew him, all this stuff like that, but like, you need to really fucking be homies with these Tigers because they're 12 feet long.
Yeah.
And they're killing machines. So he was like, we were a little bit tighter than he was. He was definitely slipping. That night, he's doing his thing. Manticore was definitely off, who was the tiger. They're like, the tiger was a little bit off, but like they know him super well, but like a little bit off, didn't seem too worried. And he was also like,
he's having an off night.
He's also like, we didn't want to say anything because all the time, like Roy's line was like, you trying to ruin me? That was like his thing of like, don't get in my way, kind of like handlers. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So Roy's doing his routine with the tiger, and the tiger's like not really doing stuff. And so the tiger like reaches up and like bites his shirt, which is like kind of okay. The guy's like, I was gonna run out, but nothing happened. Like I was like, no, because he was gonna get mad at me. Finally, like lets him go. Roy's supposed to walk him in a circle, but Roy kind of goes off script. Instead of walking him in a circle, kind of puts like his arm in him and just kind of turns him to where like it's a good angle with the audience.
So he turns the tiger.
Turns the tiger instead of walking him around. And so that guy was like, I knew something was up.
Yeah.
And so the tiger kind of goes at Roy.
Okay.
This guy was like, I start walking to the front of the stage being like, I have to intervene. But it's because you can't run. If you run, they're going to fucking lose it.
Yeah.
It's like, calm. So he starts walking towards it. And at this point, the tiger gets on top of Roy, basically.
Yeah.
So he grabs his leash, which is only like 10 inches apparently. It's only like a foot. Like they don't have these long. They're not chained to anything, Jeff.
Yeah.
They're just like they have a low leash in case you need to just pull their head back.
They're free roaming tigers.
So he goes like it's finally like fuck, goes and tries to like get him there and go pull him back. Manticore fucking bites him in the neck, and the rest is whatever history. So he's like the whole stroke thing, not true at all. The bite caused him to have a stroke. So that's why like Roy Horn is like so fucked up. And what's great is actually they canceled the show there. Siegfried is like taking care of him. They're like still playing. Great guy, Siegfried. Sounds like a stand-up.
Well,
dude.
they're stripping, right?
They were stooping. I don't know if they still are, but whatever. But so like that's the real story. And he was like, they intentionally didn't have me talk to the cops. Like they pulled me in, asked me if I had been drinking, like almost tried to blame me for it. And they were like, it was all about they didn't want to seem like they weren't basically best friends with the Tigers. They didn't want anyone to. They were like,
So here's my confusion.
yeah.
If you told me that they actually weren't that close to the Tigers, I don't think it would have ruined it for me.
I don't think so either.
You know?
That was their concern.
Yeah.
That was their. I'm with you. I'd be like, of course not. Did people think they were?
I would have never thought that they were spending a lot of time with these Tigers off stage.
Yeah. Also pretty crazy. The way they got him off was the dude's fucking going at him. He's like pulling his leash back. Another guy walks up and fish hooks him, the tiger. So you know like when you fish hook somebody, like put your I love it. That's like a southern thing when you wrestle until someone fish hooks the other person.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
But fish hook, which is basically like you put your two fingers in the tiger's mouth by their gums, and that somehow causes the tiger's teeth to be a little off, and they bite their gums. So he said it bit his gums, immediately let go, and they said right after that, the tiger totally normal.
Who figured that
Walked
out?
backstage. I don't know.
Who figured
It
out?
was like maybe I put my fingers in the tiger's mouth.
Who figured out that you fish hook people?
I don't
that
know.
you fish hook a tiger.
I don't know.
So how did you survive? You're never gonna believe this.
Crazy.
And here's the trick.
Yeah, and here's the trick. And actually, it's a life lesson. But crazy. Tiger walked off stage right after they did that. They said walked right up, like got back in its cage, normal, got fed. They never did anything to the tiger. It lived like for another 10 years because they were like, not the tiger's fault. Tiger was doing its thing, whatever. It's not crazy.
It's
though?
not the Tiger's fault. The Tiger's being a tiger, and Roy was not being a good friend.
Yeah, and he was just kind of being a dick.
Yeah.
But they said that ended live animal shows basically. But they're like now, like eventually it was like you can do like sea stuff, and like now you can't even do that. But they were like, the show got closed that day. All of a sudden it was like no one can have shows with fucking tigers running around the audience anymore.
Yeah, dude.
Is that crazy?
It's crazy that they didn't have them on leashes to begin with.
I gotta watch some Siegfried and Roy shit.
Let's get really into them.
would
How is this not made into a movie? Now it will be.
So the reason the guy came out was because he said that they're making a biopic, and he was like, I don't want people thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff.
Pretty cool.
Interesting. I wonder.
Also interesting, and I don't know anything about this guy other than the article, but I'm going to judge him for a second. He was talking about how it really changed his life, that event. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Seeing a guy get mauled by a tiger, I'm sure it did.
He had a job now.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
But his whole house, they said, is covered in white tiger shit. I was like, okay.
Like he really loves tigers.
Yeah, the fond memories.
So he.
You know what I mean? I was like,
So
did you? I don't
He
know.
really considered himself friends with these tigers.
Yes, he did.
He loved them.
Yes, he did.
And I think that he was probably just resentful that Roy didn't love them as much as he did. I don't know. I'm going to do a dive into this.
I need the video. I looked at the video. The only thing I could find is a couple years ago in Vegas, there's a video of a lion biting a guy's leg. It's pretty gnarly. But then the guy gets away.
Dig it.
That was the related video. But anyways, there's my Siegfried and Roy story.
There's a fascination that I never thought I had.
I need a movie about these guys.
Yeah.
I need a movie.
I wonder who's going to play him.
That's about it. We got a couple more things that aren't great.
Yeah.
Cardi B said that she used to drug and rob people. That's a thing.
Yeah.
So
It'll be a great promo for her next album.
how about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
And there's the pod.
Was there anything else too that we can just like read the thing that was like that's interesting?
The Apple TV Plus had a big thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like their Apple's new streaming service, and they're basically getting like all of the best creators. So like Steven Spielberg was talking about he's going to make a show for them, and then Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston are getting a morning show, which I was like, those are like the two most likable people ever.
Yeah. Reese,
Sign me up.
I'm in.
Jennifer,
I'm in for anything with Jen.
let's talk Brad.
Let's talk. I mean, that's what we're all waiting for.
Let's finally do it.
don't like save it for the 100th episode. Just
It's time.
start by saying,
It's
here's
time.
my side of the story. Because People Magazine has been saying her side of the story for literally 15 years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Her side of you're right.
Yeah.
Her side of the story.
Jen finally tells her
Yeah.
side of the story.
Another
always bullshit.
Another thing, Snoop Dogg and Matthew McConaughey went on Kimmel or Colbert or something like that, and they told a story where because they were in that movie The Beach Bum together, which I will love to see because it's McConaughey. But they told a story where like McConaughey smokes weed in the movie, and Snoop like tricked him and gave him like a real J instead of a fake J. And McConaughey got so high he rapped on the beach with Snoop for like 13 hours. The only reason I didn't bring that up earlier is because I was like, I don't believe that story.
Yeah, I think it's
unfortunately.
kind of bullshit.
It's one of those late night stories.
Yeah.
One, you didn't realize you were smoking a real J until you finished the real J.
Have you ever?
Maddie?
Do you not have any taste or smell
Or feeling,
or feeling?
right?
You just crush the
You
J.
just crush that, and then
Yeah.
13 hours.
I don't believe that.
You're going a full 13 Baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Come on,
Probably would have fallen asleep by then.
I think so too. No
Um,
eating,
Yeah, that's it.
but there's the pod. Good things.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day, you fuckers.
Got you guys so
Got
good.
you.
God, you fuckers.
God, we got you. What a bunch of idiots. But until next week, I guess the only thing to say is
kick it.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.